understands this verse. I got done speaking here at Bayside, and after church, this little girl named Ellie, she's 16, she weighs 4 pounds. She's a tiny little teenage girl. She knocked 2 Roosevelt cops over that are our security team, barged backstage, and she literally came right up my face. She said, "Kurt Harlow, I need you." I said, "Why?" She said, "My friend, he's got a sarcoma." Does anyone know what a sarcoma is? It's a tumor. It's wrapped around his spine. He's terminal. They told him he was going to die on Friday. I said, "Kurt Harlow, would you come pray for my friend Andrew?" Everything in me wanted to tell her no. No, I can't. On Friday, I got a thing. But the thing there's an email and the thing, every little thing in me that was trying to say, don't go pray for a 19-year-old boy with cancer because it's going to be stressful. It's going to give you anxiety. You don't want to see that sort of suffering. You don't want to be reminded of how broken our world is. You don't want that, Kurt Harlow. Just, there's an excuse. Send someone else. Delegate. There's a guy whose job it is at Bayside. He can go do that. And that's my day off. And all those excuses were raging in my mind. And on this side of it, Jesus said, "Kurt, why don't you go to that hospital? I'm going to give you some peace, Kurt." Had a meeting in the morning. I had another meeting. And I texted Ellie. I said, "Is it okay if I come now?" She said, "Yes, please come." He's pretty drugged. But he wants to meet you, Pastor Kurt. He's heard you preach. He's heard you speak. But he wants to meet you. Would you please come? So I went in. I told him. I said, "Andrew, I think his last name's Rundle. Can I?" And they said, "Yes, we have. Put the badge on. You have to have the badge." Ellie came in. She said, "I'll take you up." We got in the elevator and we went up. In my mind, I thought I would walk into this hospital room and I would smell death and see death. They said, "He shouldn't be alive. He shouldn't be alive." On Friday, they gathered all the family. One brother's frantically flying across the country. He's not going to make it. Friday's his day. He's going to be done. Hospice is there. And so when I walked in the room, I thought I was going to walk into a near-death scene. And the weirdest thing happened. I walked into this room, and on this bed lay this 19-year-old boy with the biggest smile on his face you'd ever seen. It was like he'd been sleepwalking in a closet and got a hanger stuck in his mouth. And I looked at him, I said, "Andrew, you got some great friends, man. They tackled me and drove me up here." He said, "Pastor Kurt, I'm so glad you're here." He said, "Forgive me if I say something wrong because I'm on all sorts of drugs right now." And I said, "Andrew," I said, "if you want to rest or sleep, you don't have..." He said, "No, I made him slap me so I could wake up for you coming to my room because I wanted to tell you something." I said, "Well, what is it, Andrew?" You know what he said to me? "Well, tell you what, how about we call him and have him tell you." We need a wired mic? Probably.
Let's see the songs.
Behind me.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay.
Andrew, this is Kurt Harlow. Are you there?
Hey, Kurt, I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. The question is, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well tonight.
Andrew, we have about 550 teenagers from multiple high schools in the room right now. And I was about to tell them what you were telling me the other day in your hospital room, and I thought instead of me telling your story, I'd let you tell them. Would you just tell them what you told me the other day?
Sure. Yeah, hey guys. Sorry I couldn't be there in person tonight. But I'm glad I get to talk to you. I want you guys, excuse me. I want you guys to take a second and think about the biggest fear. What is going on in your life that is causing you to worry? A relationship, something at school, maybe something's going on at home. Now imagine you have a few days to live. How would it change perspective on that? I can tell you from first-hand experience that it makes you want to serve God and put others first. I want to encourage you guys to consider what you're feeling about. Is it something trivial or is it something eternal? The good news is you don't have to have a terminal disease to make that choice. You can make that choice tonight. Thanks, guys. I hope you're having a great moment.
That was awesome. Andrew, did you hear all that applause for you?
It was really dumb the whole time. There's something going on in the background.
Yeah, it's called 550 kids shuffling in their seats. So. Andrew, I'm going to let you go, but we're going to pray for you right now. Buddy, I just want to let you know, for me and everyone in this room, you are my hero. You're an example of Jesus Christ, and the peace you have is proof that He lives. God bless you, brother. We sure love you. Thanks, Rick. I want you to bow your head. Close your eyes. I hope you heard what Andrew said right there. He said, you don't have to have a terminal disease to change your perspective on every single one of your problems and every single one of your worries. I took that stupid French class almost 30 years ago. And every single test, every single quiz, every single odd interaction I had with that teacher that I literally almost got an ulcer over has made no difference in my life at all. I was worried for nothing. Because the entire time, Jesus Christ was looking out for me. In fact, He was looking out for me before I even got to that anxious moment. I'm not saying that class wasn't hard. I'm saying that my God is bigger than any circumstance you can go through. That's what Andrew wants us to get tonight. He has terminal cancer. He was supposed to die Friday, and yet he has more peace than some of us in this room. I went into his room and we began to pray for Andrew, and this powerful peace came in the room. It was stunning. And his dad told me, he said, oh, it's like that every time we pray with Andrew. The peace of God just fills this place. He said, it's the strangest thing. We laugh and then we cry, and then we laugh and then we cry, because the presence of God is so close to us. I'm here to tell you, there is a God. He's a generous, loving, amazing God who gives us. He doesn't lend us or rent to us. He doesn't help us borrow. He gives us His peace. And He proves it by giving us His very life. God came to heaven, served us, and not just in any ordinary servant way. He served us all the way by dying on the cross for us. And not any ordinary death. Not only did He suffer His pierced hands and pierced feet and pierced side and the crown of thorns and the humiliation of being called a criminal on the cross, but the weight of all the sin of all the world was placed on Him. Your pride, your lust, your greed, my pride, my lust, my greed sat on the shoulders of the man who created the universe. He invented the tree of which they hung Him on. He made the cave that they placed His body in. He knit in their mother's womb every soldier and judge that sentenced Him to death. Why did He take that? Because He sees your every worry and anxiety, and He wants to give you peace no matter how difficult your problem is. You could be here tonight dying of cancer, and a loving God says, I will be with you, and I give my life that you and I can spend eternity together. I want to tell you, friend, zero pressure, zero weirdness. I just want to tell you the truth. And here it is, as simply as I could put it. There is a God. We've all fallen. We've all turned our hearts away from Him at times. We've sinned, the Bible says. But that didn't stop Him from loving us. In fact, He knew we were going to do that, and He came to earth anyway, and He died on the cross for us. He only requires one simple thing from you. To access his peace, he just requires one simple thing. He refuses to force you to love him. He wants you to